Hello, welcome to another session. In this session, I will talk about the concept and the idea of the biogeochemical cycle. There are series of video regarding the biogeochemical cycle, but in this video, I am going to talk about the idea and the concept of biogeochemical cycle. In my subsequent video, you will get the different types of biogeochemical cycle like nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, sulfur cycle, and so on. So let's start. What is the meaning of biogeochemical cycle? As you all know that plant prepare organic food matter by the process of photosynthesis. So the plant prepare carbohydrate food matter from the raw matter. That's why plant absorb inorganic chemicals from soil. So the plant absorb inorganic nutrients and water from soil, and plant take the carbon dioxide from atmosphere as well as the process of photosynthesis which require light. So plant trap solar energy for the meeting of a requirement of energy. So plant trap the solar energy. Solar energy is required for the process of photosynthesis, and the leaf of plant which contains the chlorophyll pigment. So in presence of chlorophyll pigment, there is the biological process which is known as the photosynthesis. By such photosynthesis process, inorganic nutrient which convert into organic nutrient or the organic matter. So such organic matter which store inside the plant body as well as the plant product. Such plant product are the plant body which become the food of the herbivorous animal. So by the process of grazing, by the process of feeding, such organic food matter enter into the food chain, and such organic matter now store inside the body of animal. So animal as well as plant which form the biotic environment. So this is the biotic environment. If the process is continuing throughout the several years, then what happen actually? The soil, which is regarded as the big reservoir of inorganic matter as well as the nutrients, and the carbon dioxide which is present inside the atmosphere. By the absorbing of such nutrient for several years, then what happened actually? All the nutrients which would be utilized by the plant, and the soil become empty. But there is the another agent in our environment which is known as the bacteria. There is no total utilization of nutrient from soil by plant because the presence of bacteria. Such bacteria they release all the nutrients. They release all the nutrients in a simpler form. So all the nutrients which present inside the plant body as well as the animal body in a form of complex matter. So after death of plant and the animal, all the dead body of plant and the animal which become the food of the bacteria. So bacteria, by the process of decomposition, they disintegrate the complex food matter, the complex matter of the dead body of the plant as well as animal, and release all the nutrients to the soil, to the abiotic environment. So which release into the abiotic environment in a form of inorganic matter. Again, all the nutrient now come back to the soil. Those are present at the plant body or the animal body. After the releasing of all the inorganic nutrients, now these organic nutrients now available for the plant for the absorption. So again, these nutrients again absorbed by plant. for the utilization of for the process of photosynthesis. So all the inorganic nutrients which is again available for the plant for absorption and the plant again absorb all the nutrients and start to converting from abiotic matter into the biotic matter. So again, all the inorganic nutrient which convert into biotic matter. And again, after the death of the plant as well as animal, all the biotic matter by the process of decomposition released to the abiotic environment. So there is the cyclic movement of the nutrients or the chemical from abiotic environment to the biotic environment. So it enter into the biotic environment by the process of the photosynthesis, by the action of plant. After the death of the plant and the animals, all the biotic matter convert into simpler form by the process of decomposition and released to the abiotic environment, means released to the atmosphere as well as soil. And all the nutrients, the simpler nutrient, inorganic nutrient now available for the plant, again these substance absorbed by plant and enter into the biotic environment. So there is the cyclical flow of the nutrient or the chemicals from biotic environment to the abiotic environment and from abiotic environment to the biotic environment, which forms the biogeochemical cycle. Bio means the biotic environment in a form of, those are present in a form of matter, in a form of the complex matter in the body of the plant as well as the animal. Geo means the abiotic environment in a form of inorganic nutrient, in a form of inorganic matter, in a form of non-living matter present inside the atmosphere as well as soil. And the chemicals, these are the chemicals or the nutrients and which flow cyclical. So that's why it is known as the biogeochemical cycle. So because of the action of the bacteria, because of the action of the plant, all the nutrients which flow in our environment from biotic environment, all the chemicals which enter into biotic environment and again from biotic environment to they come back to the abiotic environment and again from abiotic environment they enter into the biotic environment. So there is the cyclical movement of the chemicals or the nutrient which form the biogeochemical cycle. There are three types of biogeochemical cycle. One may be the gaseous cycle, one may be the hydrological cycle, and one may be the sedimentary cycle. The gaseous cycle like the carbon cycle, the sedimentary cycle like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur cycle, the hydrological cycle like the water cycle. So in my next video you will get another biogeochemical cycle. So thank you for watching.